It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight we finish off Week 4 with a good Monday night matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Atlanta Falcons. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Second and 1. And complete to Drake London. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Ritter and London team up there. First down, Atlanta. The Falcons at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
He'll look to throw. Got this complete to the tight end, Pitts. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Here we go.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So nothing doing there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
That's a nice job there knowing what his options are. He's out of the pocket to his left. And I thought maybe he'd think about running with this one, but he uses his vision instead. Finds his man on the left sideline, and they convert on 3rd down.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
On 2nd down, right back to Hunt. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get 1st downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still manageable.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. This is caught, and I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Here we go, here we go.
Now they send the tight end in motion left. They'll send the tight end in motion left. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this defense holds on the night's opening drive.
Here we go, 47.
Out of his end zone, Prescott. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to him. 11 yards and a 1st down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle made there by Harrison Smith. The 4-3 defense there did its job, funneled things right to the middle linebacker.
If they do a nice job of playing team defense, everyone takes care of their responsibilities. That allows that guy in the middle to do his job, which is search and destroy.
Throwing, Prescott. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. To throw is Prescott. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Cowboys! Well, the game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. They'll look to throw here. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
They're going to try and throw. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
To about the 35, 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Second and 6. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Well, that move's all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll set up to throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trick in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Ready?
Now a play fake here on first down. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's second down. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And caught by London. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Okay, right?
They'll set up a throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Steps away. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Let's go.
Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning.
Ready.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. 2nd quarter action, 1:56 remaining. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds.
Here we go, Jack. And cycle.
Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. Well, it's a 3rd and somewhat manageable now, not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, you got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
Now, after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down.
Row 52. Slide 2. Right.
They'll look to throw again. Touchdown, Falcons! Calvin Ridley, his 5th touchdown now Falcons are an extra point away from evening this one up. Able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Prescott. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pick up there of 20 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And some room to run now. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Cowboys have moved out in front. Well, what a first half he's had running the football. Another terrific run there, and this one finds the end zone.
Well, we know he's a guy who's capable of coming up with big plays in the running game, and his offensive line knows it as well. That keeps them motivated, looking for those extra blocks to give him room to run downfield.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Ritter and the Falcons need an answer and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack. They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Prescott to throw it. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. That catch now puts him on the doorstep of 500. It's his 499th reception. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. 1st down, and it's Pollard again. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now 21-7. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And a short kick taken at about the 16.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
They'll throw now on the final play. Hitting London coming across the field. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This fielded right at the goal line.
The Cowboys make over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. But Charles, for them, a pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
Zadarius Smith able to get him down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Finding room at midfield, down the left sideline. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
They go back to Pollard on second down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And even 150 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's Pollard again, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
In motion right here, Boyd. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Falcons 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now a throw here to his running back. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give him 32 on the play.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators are often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover and put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man, London, right side. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 30.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Drake London, his first touchdown of the year. And the Falcons get a bit closer. So a very important first drive of the third quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown.
Which leads to the question, where was this in the first half? Because if they'd had a few more drives like that, they wouldn't be in this situation. But that is the kind of drive that sends a message to the other side. We're going to be here, and we're going to battle you to the end.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards, the final tally.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Gonna run again here with Pollard. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. Not time to leave the bottle or nothing. He's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage. But you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Now a give here to Pollard. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them in their game.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And he takes this one back into the end zone. The Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They will look to flush the memory of that pick six as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the fourth quarter. Getting down to the good stuff. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Cowboys. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. Man, one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Ready?
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 30 yards there.
This game is for you because this one's been much more like a tennis match than a football game. Back and forth, and there's another example right there of another big play in the passing game.
Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. They'll drop to throw. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. That one a first down pickup of 8.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
A loss of 1 brings up 3rd down and 11.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hunt. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Damone Clark. And the Cowboys are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Wow. 240 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on 1st down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're at...
And now off to the races down the right side. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
42, Falcons 28.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Falcons take over 1st down 10 at their own 30-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. As this offense takes the field again, CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. 2nd and 1. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Back to throw now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So they come up 1st and 10 now from the 43.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
That's going to be caught by Pitts. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Back to throw again. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. He'll drop to throw, and he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Time definitely of the essence now, just under a minute to play, and here we go. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November. For once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Now Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away. Here's Brian Anger now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
Here we go, set. Quarter, 6.
He'll look to throw. And oh, that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be second down. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it.
He's got a man complete. And he's brought down. They took a big shot there. It pays off. A solid gain downfield. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Here we go.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he just clocked it. But the clock wasn't even moving. Well, that's one you don't see very often. A wasted down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Back to throw. And this is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. This one came right down to the wire, and CD, they had that one final chance to try to navigate their way into the end zone, but couldn't get it done to avoid the loss.
Yeah, and how about the defense there? Because while they had one final look at the end zone, the defense made sure they knew what they were doing on the last play, executed it flawlessly, and no flags. Because remember, if there's a defensive penalty, there's one play left in the game that the offense gets. They didn't allow that to happen.
So for the Cowboys, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head home next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.